Hi, this video is to show you how to make edits and changes to job titles that are in Scissortail. So I've logged in as Kathy Watts, the Director of Payroll and HR in our demo company. And the thing that we're going to do to maybe change some job titles or add job titles or edit something inside a job title. The first thing that you want to do here is go ahead and go to your search bar and type in jobs. This is where the typical job titles are located if you have the HR module. So you can see we have a list of job titles here in the middle, and we can either select certain rows and define some attributes. So if I wanted to select these 3 rows and say define attributes, then I could add certain attributes or characteristics for those job titles. So the other thing that we can do is we can actually select the ones that we want to see, and we can say view selected. When we do that, it'll bring up the first job title that we see, and we have the ability to make changes to the actual title name. Let's say we have decided to change the nomenclature for this position within our organization. And if we want to change that from administrative to executive, we can do that here. And when I say save, it's going to tell me that I'm changing that job title for all of the employees who are assigned to the job. The nice thing is we do have this listing of the job assignments down here on the right side. Another thing that we can do while we're here is we can change this from exempt to non-exempt if we have re-evaluated everybody's salaries and they're not within the particular threshold any longer. We can change it. Maybe they moved up and we move them from non-exempt to exempt. Another thing that I would recommend is that you always come over here to this column that says allow override at employee level. I want these boxes checked for each of these items because when I save this, yes, this is our standard or our default item for this section, but if I hire somebody that falls outside of this area, I can actually change this field on their employee record. If I do not change these items, you will not be able to change this on their record, and you would have to add another job title that would have the other employee type in it. So now that we've added that, I'm going to come down a little further and show that we do have a general ledger where we can put in the typical general ledger code for this particular job. So you could assign that segment here, and you can also put in your workers' comp codes, as well as you saw up here at the top, we do have our EEO classifications and the standard workday for this particular job. Now again, all of these items in this section can be changed on the individual employee so that that employee may have a particular schedule. Some may be working 4/10s, some may be working the 5/8s, maybe some are working 12s. So you can have the default fall into the job when you're hiring, and you can make that adjustment as you hire. So I'm going to go ahead and save this, and it says saving this will update the related settings on the assigned employees. Do you want to continue? We're going to say yes. So now these are the related employees, and if I click that quick actions, I can go out to Josh Bronson, and I can go down to his, let's go to his main tab, and well, I guess I'll go to his payroll and go to his pay information section, and you can see now I have a drop down under employee type, pay type. I can I can even change his standard workday if I wanted to. All of those things can be overridden here, but they are all already established. And then, of course, we've got his default job. The name has changed from administrative assistant to executive assistant. So that's how you do that. A lot of extra detail on the jobs and things of that nature. Let us know if you have any questions. You can reach out to support@cs3technology.com.